I'm not a lawyer, but I need to show you a clip of this guy on the stand in the Karen Reed trial. His name is Trooper Joseph Paul, and on day 25, he was called to the stand by the Commonwealth because he's a collision analysis and reconstruction expert. So he's the one who analyzed Karen's car, John's injuries, and the location and measurement of some of the evidence at the scene to determine how exactly Karen backed her car into John O'Keefe and left him to die in the snow. So just to kind of orient you into the kind of testimony that he gives, here are some clips from his direct examination. He's going to start off with a report from Karen's Lexus that he was able to download, which shows the speed, direction, and steering wheel movements of her car.
And this one shows same thing, 10 seconds of data. So the vehicle speed on this one shows that she's slowing down. It's 13.7 miles per hour and gets down to 0. Then she's down to 0 for a while, and then the vehicle's speed increases up to 24.2 miles per hour at its max speed. Then it goes down to 23.6 as the last two labels. Yeah, there's a point there where it appears to be consistent with a pedestrian strike. It's the sudden change of speed at 24.2 to 23.6 in a half second, while the accelerator pedal is still at a consistent 74%. And also the steering wheel angle goes left at 4.5 degrees and also goes right to 4.5 degrees and then goes back to left after that. So right at that spot is something that's consistent with a pedestrian strike. Due to, we can break down each injury to the arm, the lacerations of the arm from the taillight, the dent where the scratches for his hand could be. Those are something that would be consistent with this in this particular case with striking the Lexus. Yeah, so it's not uncommon for pedestrians to lose essentially any sort of loose clothing. So shoes, belts, hats, anything that's not very strapped on very well, could leave the body.
All right, now here's the clip I want you to see. It's a mashup of some of the cross-examination, not all of it. And before I show you, I think it's important to note that Karen's defense attorney, Alan Jackson, is a veteran of the U.S. Air Force where he served honorably as a jet engine mechanic. So here we go. The clips of Trooper Paul, the collision analysis and reconstruction expert, on the stand in the Karen Reed trial.
Do you hold any degrees in the scientific discipline of mathematics?
I do not.
Physics?
I do not.
Of biomechanics?
No.
Engineering?
No.
Kinematics?
No.
What's the highest degree that you do hold, sir?
I have an associate's degree. Administration of Justice. Yes, it's covered in the basic crash investigation classes.
Okay, so you took a class, in other words, correct?
Multiple classes.
The rate of velocity, what's another word for that?
The rate of velocity?
Right.
I mean, it deals with travel and speed.
Right. The word you're looking for is acceleration. What role does acceleration play in the field of kinematics?
So what role does acceleration play in kinematics?
What's the difference between constrained and unconstrained motion?
Constrained and unconstrained motion?
That's what I asked.
Constrained motion. I can't recollect at the moment.
Could you remember that from your class?
I said the air impact is probably along the roadway after that point. I mean, like before it. I'm trying to make sure you understand what I'm saying.
No, I don't, but I'll ask another question.
What do you mean by scientific evidence? What do you mean by certain forms of physics?
So what you meant by that's what was told to me is the crime scene talked to you.
Yes.
Crime scene say anything else?
I don't know what else you want me to say. Are we talking which cup? We never established which cup we're talking about.
How many cups have we been talking about, Trooper?
You said that cup. One from the scene.
It's found next to John O'Keefe's body in the snow at 34 Fairview. That's the cup. When I say cup, that's the cup. How about calculating the final velocity of the objects after the collision?
What objects?
That would be John O'Keefe's body, sir.
There's different types of momentum formulas.
Well, there's actually one type of momentum formula. Where'd you learn that?
It's in my math class. We don't use momentum for a vehicle to vehicle.
Math class?
The crash reconstruction classes I have taken.
Got it.
The Lexus continued traveling in reverse before they left the area. The vehicle was traveling at a higher acceleration when. Sorry. The vehicle accelerated at a high rate of speed before she struck the pedestrian John O'Keefe on the roadway and subsequently left him at the scene.
Okay.
Ciao. Listen, I did a full recap on the last few days of the Karen Reed trial on my podcast. I'm not a lawyer, but the debrief, it was a lot to cover, so that platform really just worked out a little better. The new episode will be posted tomorrow, meaning Friday, on my YouTube page, and the link is in my bio. Feel free to check it out. And tomorrow, the defense begins their presentation of the case. It's about to get good, and I'm about to go on vacation. I'm so mad I'm going to miss this.